Oh, hello everyone. Welcome. Nice to see you. I'm just trying to organise my thing up here, which really drives me nuts. I don't know how to get it to just stay where I want it to be. It's so frustrating. Welcome anyway. Welcome to welcome to all of you coming on here, and I'm going, trying to organise this stupid thing. I can't get it to stay still. Simon, hello, you made it. I'm really pleased. That's really excellent to see you. I might just get rid of that because I can't see. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to draw across the screen so that I get the enlarged print because I'm old, and I can't do it when I've got this thing, the thing that tells you what's happening on my live. So I was thinking, so I'm fiddling about. Oh, I've done it. Good. Wow, welcome everyone. It is very nice to see you all. Thank you for joining me. I'm Sarah, and it's very lovely to have you here. I've put all my details up here on this little poster thing. So let me see who's here. Lynn, hello. Very lovely to see you. Hope you're all right. Nice to see you. Hello, Vicky. Vicky Hudson, good to have you here. Hope you're doing all right. Hello, Simon. Nice to see you. Lovely to see everyone joining us. Michelle, Kitch, hello, you made it. It's very nice to see you. Hope you're doing all right. Julesy. I know, I was having real trouble. So frustrating. What a very unprofessional way to start my live. Going, I can't do this, I can't do this. Oh, what can you do, hey? It's all sorted now, hopefully. So Simon, you're on annual leave. Excellent. What an excellent way to be spending your annual leave on TikTok watching this live. I'm very grateful that you're here. Rachel, nice to see you. Excellent. Oh, Heather, good to see you. How are you doing? I hope you are all right. I've been thinking of you this week. It's really nice to see you. You're very welcome. Imogen, lovely to see you. Excellent. Charlie, hello. Lots of people joining us. So I'm just going to tread water for a little bit. So Rachel's saying, so ready for some tapping today. Much needed. That is so cool. I'm glad. I just thought today that we'd do something a bit practical. So I've started, so for those of you who don't know, my name's Sarah and I'm a Quest cognitive hypnotherapist. I work mostly with people who are suffering from anxiety, and I do these lives every Friday, varying times. It's been 2:00 the last few weeks. But yeah, sometimes I answer questions about anxiety. Sometimes we do something a bit more practical. And today is a practical day. We're doing some tapping today. So Trish, lovely to see you. Lindsay, thank you. Good to see you. Angel Kate, 13. Very lovely to see you too. I hope that you're doing all right. Jen MP, very nice to see you. I'm hoping that the tapping is helpful for you. If you're having one of those days or one of those weeks, this will be the thing that hopefully can help you. We can go into the weekend feeling a little bit calmer, a little bit more together. Heather. Well, Heather, I know you're having a tricky time at the moment, but keep going with it and keep going, keep talking to the people that you're with, and hopefully sometimes things do take a bit of a dip and then they start to get better again. I really hope so. Oh, Julesy, well done. So Julesy's saying she's tapping already, but it's the screen at the moment. So that is a very good reminder, Julesy, because obviously we want this live to go to as many people as possible. We want to help as many people as possible for free. And so you can help me with that just by tapping the screen, because every time you tap the screen, you're sending likes, and likes are completely free for you. But what they do is they tell the TikTok algorithm that this is a helpful live, that people are enjoying it, finding value from it. And if it thinks that, then it will send it to more people. So hopefully, if you feel like it, then tap away on the screen is great. Also, if you feel like following you're very welcome to follow. I do these lives and there's lots of practical information to help with anxiety and all sorts of things on my page. Also, what else? If you share it, so there's a little arrow. If you click on that, you can share it. If you think, oh gosh, so and so would find this helpful, then you can maybe share it with other people that you know. I'd be really grateful for that. It's really nice if that happens, because it's just it's free for you, but it's helpful for other people, and it just gets the live shared with more people. I'm also joined here today by my lovely team. We've got Lynn 250 and we've got Vicky Hodgson, who are my moderators. The lovely Jasmine can't be here today, so we miss you, Jasmine. If you see this on catch up, I hope that you're all right. But Vicky and Lynn are here to just keep things nice and safe, because this is a really safe, friendly community page. We just want people here who are going to be part of that community. Kindness, patience, respect is what we're all about. So, and Lynn and Vicky will be helping that happen, because if there's anyone here that isn't any of those things, then we'll be blocking them. So, yes, Michelle Kitch says the team are amazing. They absolutely are. So Katie's saying, where are your one-to-one counselling sessions based, Sarah? So I'm not a counsellor. I'm a QCH therapist, but I'm based in Hertfordshire. So I actually see people one-to-one in Wheathampstead, which is a little village in Hertfordshire. But most of my clients I see online. I see people via Zoom. So yeah, that's how that works. So let me have a little think. Oh, thank you very much. I can't see your name. The person said that you thought my voice was calming. So that's lovely of you to say. So thank you. So what we're going to do today, we're going to be doing some tapping. For those of you who don't know what tapping is, it's a bit of a weird thing. I know that when I first trained in it as part of my original course, I thought, oh, this is a bit weird, isn't it? How can this work? But it does work really well. So I'm just seeing some questions here. Charlie's saying, do you do short time limited work? Yeah, so this is a brief therapy that I use. So I tend to see people for between 3 and 6 sessions, sometimes more. I've seen people for over 40 sessions, and I've seen people for 1 session. It just really depends on the needs of the person that I'm seeing. And Gemma with a G says, Sarah, your anxiety tips worked. Passed your driving test. Oh my God. I'm so chuffed for you. Congratulations, Gemma. I love that. This is what I absolutely love, is when people have come along and asked advice on various things, and we've sort of given some advice, given some tips, and they come back and let us know how it's gone. That is the best news. Well done, Gemma. Excellent. Brilliant. Well done. So Park Juyun, admirer, says, hi, how can I contact you to do therapy? So if you have a look up here, you'll see there's my website is saraharis.com, and the spelling is there. If you Google my name, Sarah Aris, if you email sarah@saraharis.com, then I always reply to everyone. So you can always that's the best place to do, is to email me at sarah@saraharis.com, and then we can sort of talk about whether I'd be right for you or not. Erin says, do you work with people with severe trauma and or BPD, neurodivergence, or is it more general? So I wouldn't say, well, I have worked with people who have experienced severe trauma. It really depends on the person. I don't work with people who have any form of personality disorder, any form of psychosis, any diagnosis of psychosis. That really is beyond my training. But I've worked with a lot of people who've had all sorts of trauma. Most people who come to me have had some sort of trauma, and that really sort of depends on the person. And that's why I always have a chat on the phone with people before we decide to work together, because if I don't feel I'm the right person for you, then I'm not going to be wasting your time or your money. I think it's really important that perhaps I can refer you on. I have various contacts of people that I refer people on to if I feel I'm not the right one, and obviously it's your choice. So yes, thank you, Lynn. Lynn is being very helpful with these comments as well about how to contact me. And user 5619 says, do you take clients from Canada? Yes, I do. I've worked with a few people from Canada, from all over the world, really. I've worked with people from a lot of different countries. As I say, it's much more about the person, whether it works out that I'm the right therapist with the, I don't, for example, work with people who perhaps have addictions necessarily. And even, things like PTSD, I have colleagues of mine who I feel would be much better working with that than I am. So it really depends. So Lily says, is this like EMDR? So the work that we're doing today it's not EMDR, it's EFT, which is Emotional Freedom Technique. And it's also called tapping. It's based on tapping on various tapping points around the body, which are acupuncture pressure points. And people think that this works for various different ways. The good thing is that it definitely works. Whether it works for everyone, the jury's out. You can see today whether it works for you or not. If you can't be here for the whole hour, then don't worry. If you have a look here, you can see that I have a YouTube channel, and it's Sarah Eris Therapy. If you just go on YouTube, you can find me there. So this will be uploaded so you can do it in your own time if that's interesting for you. So as I was saying, when I first trained in this, I thought, oh, blimey, I'm not too sure about this. It seems a little bit sort of woo-woo for me. But actually over time, I've realised how effective it is. And it's really effective to help people calm, to work through stuff in their head, to be really calming. What we're going to do is we're going to do it together today. So you might never have done this. So give it a go. Give it a go. So Charlie's saying, that's so important. I had a therapist who was out of her depth with me, but carried on. Yeah, so I really feel it's important. I know what my limits are. I know where my training boundaries are. And I wouldn't dream of working with someone who was beyond my training. Because, there are people, counsellors who've got very, very in-depth training, psychologists, people who have really gone into different areas and trained very, very in a very in-depth way. I have my interests, and I know when I talk to someone whether I'm the right person or not. So I think I don't want to be my first rule is do no harm, and I'm not going to be faffing around with someone with their mental health just because I think, oh, that might be interesting, or I'll give it a go. I mean, that's a terrible thing to do. If you're going to work with someone, you need to know what you're doing. So okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this tapping, and what we do is we think about something that's going on for us, so something that we want to work on, and that can be anything. It could be a fear, could be something you're annoyed about, it could be an anxiety that you're going through, it could be just a feeling within yourself that you really don't have any words for, and so it's about thinking, all right, that's the thing I'm going to work on. And we do a setup phrase to start with. And it's like a seesaw, really. It's like a balance. We talk about what's wrong. And then on the other side of the balance, we talk about how we want it to be. So, hello, Alex B. Very lovely to see you. So the traditional way of doing this is saying something along the lines of, even though I feel whatever it is that you're feeling. Molly, hello and goodbye. Nice to see you. Thank you for dropping by. So the setup is, even though I feel anxious, even though I feel angry, even though I feel lost, whatever it is for you. And then on the other side, the traditional phrase is, I deeply and completely accept myself. Now, for some people that feels a bit difficult to say, and that's fair enough. What that really means is that even though I've got this stuff going on, I accept that I'm a good person underneath it all. So if that's not easy for you to say, then you could say something along the lines of, I'm working on myself and I know that I'm doing my best to come through this. So yeah, Lynn is quite right. Thank you, Lynn. This is a practical live that we're doing, and I'm just setting up what we're going to be doing. So I'm not so much answering questions today. We're going to be tapping through problems, through difficulties. So if you've got something like anxiety, if you've got an annoyance, an irritation, if there's something going on for you that you just feel like I need to work on this today, then do join in with us. So we're just talking about the setup phrase. So even though I feel, and you can put in however it is that you're feeling, I know that I can work my way through this and come to a better place. Something like that, something more positive. So you've got that balance, okay? So our Isabel doc says, EFT really changed my life. I'm so happy. It really is very, very powerful and very simple, and it makes a difference in the moment. It also helps the figures. If you have a look at the tapping solution, that's quite a good website. And the figures that they show there is that tapping regularly can lower levels of anxiety by about 40%, and it lowers levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, by about 25%. So it really can make a difference. So we're going to tap. We're going to start off on this point here. So you can use both hands, you could use one hand, you can swap hands halfway through. There's no hard and fast rules. And what we're going to do is we're going to tap. So if you imagine that you're going to karate chop someone, well, the bit that you'd hit them with, and we're not hitting anyone today, is this bit here. So we're just going to lightly tap with 2 fingers, maybe 3, whatever feels comfortable for you. And we're going to be starting to say the setup. And once we've said the setup, that the magic number is 3, we're going to be saying the setup 3 times. You can either say it out loud or you can just go along with me in your head. Obviously, I don't know what's going on for you. So this is just a way of teaching you how to begin to do this. And then if you have a look on my page, there's a whole section of EFT, and there's a nice 10-minute one that you perhaps could tap along with too. And that goes more sort of straight into it, whereas this today I'm helping you a little bit to how to do it. So we're going to tap here. We're going to tap on the top of our head. We are going to then go to this inside point of our eyebrow, the outside edge of our eye socket, underneath here, the underneath edge of our eye socket, and then here, then here. So it's a bit like a question mark. So we're starting here like this. And then if you have a little dig around, underneath you've got your collarbones, you've got the knobbly bits here, and if you dig around underneath, and you might find that there's some bits that just feel a little bit more tender. So have a feel there. That's where we're going to be tapping there, and we're just going to lightly tap. I've had people come to me in the past saying, oh, I've done tapping before and I really bruised myself. Well, don't tap so hard that you're going to be bruising yourself. Be kind to yourself. It's a gentle, light tapping, okay? The last place that we tap is down the side of our body where our bra strap would be if we were going to wear a bra strap. Yeah, Julesy says it is tender. It really is. It really is tender. And you might find when we're tapping that there's certain parts that feel much more soothing than others. And that's a good sign. That's something that you can use. I'll explain a little bit later how you can perhaps use just one particular area to tap on. If you get emotional doing this, it's okay. This is a technique that sometimes can make people feel a little bit emotional. You might feel a little bit tearful. You might feel a different emotion. You be aware of you. If it's too much, if you're thinking, no, this is not for me, then just stop tapping and step away. You don't have to be doing it. You can either observe, you can maybe go away, have a cup of tea, but it's important that you look after you. There's nothing wrong with feeling emotion. Sometimes it's really lovely to work through that emotion, to stay with the tapping, and the emotion begins to clear, and you can end up feeling so much calmer and better at the end of it. So I hope that makes sense. So Alex says, just curious, is this mainly for therapeutic benefits, or is there science behind where you tap? Now, it's such a good question, Alex, because the research shows that this does have benefit. As I was just saying, it reduces anxiety by 40%, cortisol levels lower by 25%. For me, the way that I use it is that it's a tool to give my clients so that they can use it in moments when they need to just calm. The real therapy is about digging deeper, finding out where's the protective behavior come from, and so that's a different part of therapy. This is something to use as a tool to help you in the moment. And I think the more you use it, the more your brain processes, because you'll see it when we start, and I promise we're going to start any minute now. It's that sense of we're tapping. So we've got the physicality of that. We're tapping on the acupuncture pressure points, which are connected to the meridian line. So some people think it's all about the energy, releasing energy, letting energy flow. If you're not into that, if you don't believe that, it could be all about taxing working memory and distracting yourself, working your way through how you're feeling. So there's lots of different things. I would say have a look at the tapping solution, Alex, because they do have some information on there and some research on there which might be helpful. I can't remember off the top of my head. Okay, so let's start, shall we? So what we're going to do is we're going to just start tapping here. And yes, I think what might be a good idea would be to measure where you are. So if we were going to measure you between 0 and 10, so 0 is everything is completely fine, and 10 is the worst it could be. So as anxious, as angry, as frightened as you can be, just measure where you are at the moment, okay? Make a note of that or remember it. Maybe let us know in the comments where you are now. And then at the end, what we're going to do is see where you are then, okay? So once you've got that measure, we're going to start tapping. And I'm just going to make it quite vague so that it hopefully will suit lots of you. So even though I'm feeling the way I'm feeling at the moment, and if you're neutral, that's fine as well. Just go with it, see what difference it makes. Even though I'm feeling the way I'm feeling at the moment, I know that I can work my way through to a place where I can feel calmer. Even though I'm feeling the way I'm feeling at the moment, I know that I can work my way through to a place where I feel calmer. Even though I feel the way I'm feeling at the moment, I know that I can work my way through to a place that feels calmer. And if you're feeling particularly stressed and things are difficult at the moment, Vicky, I'm looking at you. Layla, maybe. I'm thinking, okay, Elizabeth as well. Hello, Elizabeth. So if you're a 10, just tap with me and hopefully we can bring that down. So just be with this feeling. Just taking your time, tapping, understanding that this is a temporary feeling. Allowing yourself to be, knowing that you're doing your best in this moment to help yourself, to help this temporary way of being, understanding that your nervous system is doing the best it can to protect you, and that's okay. This feeling can pass. Just taking your time, tapping, being, breathing. Then we're going to move to this inside part of our eye. Just gradually tapping. And if it means that it's helpful, then perhaps you can close your eyes or maybe keep your eyes open. But if your eyes are open, just allow them to be unfocused, just staring off a bit, daydreaming a bit into the half distance, so that you're sending the message through your optic nerve that right now, in this place, in this moment, you're safe. That's right. Just coming to this moment, aware of the sensation of the tapping, feeling this community with you, feeling me with you, gradually tapping, gradually softening. That's right. Just taking your time. And then moving to this outside corner, the edge of your eye socket. That's right. Well done, Truth Warrior and Estelle Johnston. That's right. Just tap along with me. That's right. Being aware that it's okay to feel. And what our brains are doing are trying to help us. Trying to bring us to a place of safety, of presence. Because right here, right now, we're just doing this together. Just allowing the energy to begin to flow in a way that feels safer, calmer. That's right. And then moving to this spot here, just underneath your eye. And if you want, you can do both at the same time. Maybe swap to use another hand. Whatever feels right for you is good enough. There's no right, no wrong. Just tapping, being, taking your time, allowing yourself to settle, allowing your nervous system to calm, being aware of your breath, steady, slow. That's right. Well done, Estelle. Just taking your time. Not feeling that you need to do anything other than just gradually tap this steady sense of being here and now. Nothing else matters. The past is gone. The future hasn't happened yet. Here we are. Just here, now. Tapping, breathing, being. And it may well be, as we move to this point just underneath our nose, above our top lip, it may well be that you feel the need to sigh, maybe to yawn, becoming aware of muscles within you that are tenser than they need to be. And just softening those muscles. Aware from the top of your head, just scanning down through your forehead, your cheeks, your jaw, softening down through your throat, across your shoulders, allowing your chest to relax. Beginning to let go. Being kind to yourself, even though that might feel difficult to do. That's right. And moving to this point on your chin. That's right. Just tapping, breathing. Again, allowing the muscles in your arms to let go. your tummy softening. Muscles in your hips, your glutes, your thighs. Down through your knees. Becoming aware of the soles of your feet. Letting go. Your toes relaxing. And then moving to this tender place underneath your collarbones, wherever that might be. Tapping. Aware of the changes that are taking place in your mind, in your body. Aware that these points we're tapping on are acupuncture pressure points, points that people have worked on for thousands and thousands of years, freeing the energy that perhaps has been stuck within you, allowing it to flow through those meridians of your body. Imagining it flowing from the top of your head, almost like a light flowing through you, out of you, releasing anything that needs to be released. That's right. And then moving to this place here, tapping on your side, perhaps putting this arm around you so you're embracing yourself as you tap. Noticing the changes in the feelings that you had at the beginning of this. Allowing yourself to feel that change, to move to something that feels softer, more relaxed, calmer. And just tapping, knowing that you can do this round of tapping as many times as you like. Holding yourself. And just taking a moment when it feels the right moment to stop the tapping, to just hold yourself, embrace yourself, and then gradually let go. So, well done everyone. How did that feel for you? How was that? What number did you start at? And what number are you at now, would you say? And did you enjoy it? Did you feel that it made a change for you? Oh, Vicky, I'm so pleased. So Vicky was a 10 at the start and is a 5 now. That is so good. I'm so happy, Vicky. Yeah. And Alex nearly fell asleep. Farm girl saying, yeah, it really is relaxing. Yeah, it is, isn't it? And Lindsay said, I just realised I never hugged myself and it made me feel good. Self-love. Yeah, how often, sometimes we need hugs, and it's that sense of, yes, just holding myself, self-regulating, helping yourself know, yeah, here I am, I'm safe. Jan's saying, well, I was sceptical starting at 9 and think now I'm at 3. I totally get that, Jan. I was totally sceptical when I first trained in this. I thought, how can this possibly work? But, as Emily says, such a simple thing that it really works. 6 down to a 5 for Emily. Estelle, thank you. It's absolutely my pleasure. I hope that you're feeling all right. And you think that's just one round of doing it, and what a difference it can make for us. Imagine if you were doing that each day, starting your day, just doing that for just a few minutes. So I'm so pleased. Let's have a look. I've missed some comments here. So Layla says, very calming, started at 7, now 3. Truth Warrior says, I wish I'd come in here at the beginning of this. Are you live regularly, Sarah? Yes, I am. If you missed the beginning, then if you look up here, you can see Sarah Ayres Therapy on YouTube. All of my lives are on there. And this will be recorded and will be on there so that you can join it from the beginning. T says started at 5, now ready to fall asleep. Good. Amanda says it really relaxed you. DDDYMD says 7 down to a 2. Estelle says, should you do this every day? Well, you certainly can do it every day. You can do it as often as you like. You don't have to do the whole thing with all of this. What you can do is you can maybe just tap here and imagine that you're doing all of that. So if you're out and about, if you're at work, you're at school, wherever you are, you can be doing this with your hand underneath the desk, by your side, in front of you under a cushion, so you can do it. You're never going to hurt yourself doing this. This is completely safe. Oh, Lynn, I'm so sorry that you don't. Lynn, bless you. I saw you muting a troll there. It's such a shame, isn't it, that people can't just be kind and let you. But I'm so grateful that you did mute the people who, it's sad, isn't it? I feel for them that they got nothing better to do with their time than troll. So, yeah, but Estelle, you can definitely do it as often as you feel like doing it. I don't know if you watched I'm a Celebrity with Boy George. He was tapping. He was doing a lot of tapping. It is very soothing. So Simon says, feel so much calmer, gone from 7 to a 4. So I'm really pleased that seems to have worked really, really well. Elizabeth said, I started to cry. It's down on a 7 now. And you started at a 10, Elizabeth. So that's so cool. And it's okay to cry. Sometimes we're so pent up with the feelings that we're feeling that, it's very, very normal when the energy starts to flow for it to release emotions. So it's okay. So Truth Warrior, yeah, Lynn's right. Every Friday I do these lives. Not always practical like this. Sometimes it's just answering questions. So nice to see so many people here. Caroline Amos, nice to see you. Michelle Kitch is very emotional for me, down to about a 6 now. So hard to release emotions and anxiety. And yeah, it can feel difficult because it can feel a scary place to go to that place where you're letting go of emotion. But actually, emotions are never going to hurt you. It's okay. You reach a sort of a place, and then you just start to come down. So yeah. I think we all deserve a jacket potato and a cuppa. Totally. Yeah. So what would you like to do? Would you like to have another round? Would you think that would be helpful? Is there anything that you'd particularly like to work on? And Julie says this is so helpful. I wonder how it works. Yeah, it's difficult to know, isn't it? Sometimes these things, they just work. There's lots of theories why this works. There's a really interesting video. So the guy that began this, Gary Craig, he didn't begin it, but he developed it, and he sort of gave it to the world for free. He did a lot of work with soldiers, veterans from the Vietnam War, the Iraq War, who were suffering from PTSD, really severe PTSD. He used it with them, and it made such an amazing difference. There's video footage of that. If you go onto the Tapping Solution, you can see stuff on there about it. Okay. Nice to meet you too, Serenity Grace. So, and AF says, EFS says, I'm so sick of anxiety, it's taken over my life now. So do have a look at the rest of my page, because there's lots and lots of information about anxiety, and there's also lots of help on there. So do have a look. So yeah, so I'm just thinking maybe we could do another round of it. Do you reckon? Oh, Mysterious Miss Mia, so nice to see you. Hello. Your arms are aching. Oh my goodness, Angel Kate. So you were a 10, now you're down to 8. Okay, cool. All right, let's do another round then. So yeah, so Truth Warrior, that's a really good helpful thing. So Truth Warrior is saying I alternated arms to avoid that. So that's a really good bit of advice. Very simple, but very good bit of advice. So you can, I kind of rest my arms on the arms of my chair here, so that I'm not supporting my whole arms. I'm just resting my arms, and then just going from this to this, just whatever feels comfortable for you. If you need to lie down, lie down. So hopefully that will help you. Okay, and yeah, so Michelle says, come and do some breathing. We can certainly do that, yeah. So Estelle Johnson says, what do you think of Claire Weeks' method? So I bought the Claire Weeks books. To be honest with you, I didn't really get very far with them because they seem quite dated to me. I think, yeah, I mean, I need to get back in and read more, but I felt like they were quite dated. So I think for me, looking at polyvagal theory, understanding that, looking at the work of Deb Dana, Gabor Mate, looking at Bessel van der Kolk, people like that, I think that they're a little bit more up to date, and it gives you back control. I think if you look at polyvagal theory, if you look at the Trauma Foundation, they have a really great video about polyvagal theory, which explains it very simply. And it's very much about, I'm going to be doing lots more information on my page about anxiety and about things that you can do, which is based on polyvagal theory, the work of Stephen Porges, Deb Dana, that sort of thing, and hopefully that can be helpful for you. So yeah, if you're interested, do keep watching over the next little while, because I'm going to be adding to my sort of library of stuff. Oh, Mysterious Miss Mia, nice to see you too. I started working with autistic children. It's so wholesome. I love that. How brilliant. That's really, really great. I know someone was asking earlier on about whether I worked with people who were neurodivergent, and yes, absolutely. So there's a big difference, because the person who was asking the question was saying, do I work with people who have personality disorders, that kind of thing? And I don't work with people who have personality disorders, because that comes into the realm of psychosis, but I do work with people who are neurodivergent, whether that's on the autistic spectrum, whether that's ADHD, ADD, so there's a big difference between those things. It really depends on the individual. The thing about the work we do as cognitive hypnotherapists is that we take each person as a completely unique individual and work with them depending on their needs. So, okay, let me start doing the let me start doing another round. So we'll perhaps do this a little bit more quickly, because we've only got about 20 minutes left. Okay, EFT, Simon, stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. It's just what Gary Craig called it. So God knows what that means, emotional freedom technique. I suppose it's about your emotions, and it is freeing. It just gets you out of that feeling of being stuck. So, okay, so let's start again. So again, every time you do this, you can think to yourself, okay, where am I on my score between 0 and 10? And oh, thank you, Truth Warrior. That is very, very lovely of you. And you can also think, okay, what do I want my setup phrase to be? And it will be different each time, potentially. So even though I feel the way I'm feeling, I know that I'm working my way to create change. Even though I feel the way that I'm feeling, I know that I'm working to create change. Even though I feel the way that I'm feeling, I'm working to create change. And then we move up here to tapping on our head, just lightly, gently. And we're talking about this feeling. So connecting with this feeling, whatever that might be for you. And sometimes we can find the words to describe it. Sometimes we might say things like, I don't want to feel like this. I hate feeling like this. It's awful. It's frustrating. And maybe we can't find the words. So maybe we just want to be with that feeling. Maybe we can give that feeling a color or a shape, an image, something like that. And just be curious about what's happening to that as we speak, as we tap. And then when we feel we've done enough, tapping up here, maybe we've said about 3 sentences, we move to this point and we just start tapping here. This feeling, being with this feeling, knowing that by tapping, by letting go, we can begin to let go of this feeling, allowing that flow of energy to move through our body, creating change. Being aware of the need to breathe, to sigh, to yawn, to soften. Moving to this side. And again, if your arm gets tired, just change arms. Just change hands. Doesn't matter if you're midway through a tapping point. Just tapping. Being aware of the feeling that you're feeling. Being curious about the change that you want to create, that needs to be created. That's right, just tapping, being curious, beginning to create that change in a way that's intuitive. You're not trying to make it happen, you're allowing it to happen. And then just tapping here, I nearly went wrong there, that's okay. Tapping underneath the eye, on this edge of the eye socket. Again, gently, be gentle with yourself. We're not banging really hard. Just tapping, being with this feeling, being curious about the change in the way it manifests itself in your body, in your mind, allowing yourself to be free. And moving to this point here, above the top lip, just gently tapping, being curious if this feeling for you is a shape or a colour. What's going on there? Is it changing in any way? Becoming lighter, softer? Is it changing colour? Is the shape softening? What happens if you move that feeling further away from you, perhaps outside of your body and away? Just being curious, knowing that here and now you're safe, you're present. All of us together as a community, those of us in the UK, those of us in Scotland like Lynn, in California like Julie, so many different places, all coming together to just tap, connect, and be free. And then moving here, again, being aware of the change, knowing that we're just giving ourselves some self-care by doing this. We're allowing our nervous system to take a moment to sense that we are just here, now, wherever we might be. Estelle's in Belfast. So many different people. Imagine that flow of energy between us all. An energy of calm, of kindness. Just allowing the flow. And then moving to this point here. And we can maybe do both arms with this. Just tapping. Hello, clicky knees. You're very welcome. You can join us, even if you've just joined and you're thinking, what is going on here? We're just tapping. It's a really calming technique to help you if you have anxiety, if you're afraid, if you're worried, if you're angry. Any of those things, just tapping underneath the collarbone gently. We're not trying to create any bruises. Just be kind to yourself, allowing that energy to flow, allowing your muscles to soften, allowing your breath. Long, slow out breaths. That's right. Welcome, Beth. And then moving just to this side of our body. And you can just give yourself a hug with your spare hand, just tapping. You could tap on both sides if you can. I think I'm too fat to be doing that. I can only do one armed. So I'm just tapping where your bra strap would go if you were to wear a bra. Being with that feeling, being curious about it, allowing it to change, allowing your nervous system to let go, to sense that here we are, together, safe, present. That's right. And just tapping until it feels right to bring that tapping to a close, and just gently holding yourself and whether you want to move, rock gently, or just be still is absolutely fine. Whatever feels right for you. And then let go. So, how was that for you? How did that feel? What number did you start with and what number are you at now? Has it gone down again? Has it just stayed steady? Let me know in the comments. And if you feel, because we're coming to the end, if you've enjoyed this, maybe just do a little bit of tapping on the screen, which allows people to know that this is hopefully a helpful live. Elizabeth, I'm so glad that you're down to a 4 now. So if you think about it, you could have this on your YouTube. You can maybe save the video where I do 10 minutes of this. Have this on, this will be on my YouTube. So you can go to it and do tapping every day so that you don't have to be up at a 10. Wow. So Farm Girl's gone from a 7 down to a 0. Amazing, Farm Girl. That's so good. Simon's gone from a 4 to a 2. And clicky knees, you like that because it's sort of ASMR-y, and also you just sort of caught up. So it just shows you, doesn't it, even if you weren't here for the whole hour, just a little bit. Imagine if in your day, in those moments where you're in a lift going somewhere, or you're just walking from one place to another and you're just tapping as you go. What a difference that would start to make to you, Michelle says, started at an 8, now I'm down to a 5 or 6. Still emotional, but that's okay, isn't it? And yeah, it is. It's okay. Emotion is normal. It's okay to feel emotional. Truth Warrior says, bless you, Sarah. Thank you so much. This really relaxed me and I'll use this technique. Fantastic. I'm so glad, and exactly what I want. And that's what, when I started doing this TikTok page and doing these lives, what I wanted was exactly that, to provide resources for free for people to be able to help themselves, because it's difficult at the moment, isn't it? The world is a pretty strange place. So much going on, no matter where you are in the world, whether you're in the UK like I am, whether you're in Europe, whether you're in North America, South America, Australia, wherever it is that you are, we could all do with a little bit of community and kindness, couldn't we? So, Julesy, it's such a pleasure. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Oh, and I'm so glad that you like my jumper. User 77763. Thank you. Beth says I've gone from probably a 9 to a 5. That's so cool. Ems is late. Hey, Sarah. Oh, no, I'm 50 minutes late. Hope everyone's okay. We're good. We're good. Thank you. Nice to see you, Ems. Welcome. Yeah, Farm Girl, do let people know about the YouTube and about this TikTok. You know, you can share the TikTok if you want, if you feel like it. There's a little arrow on the bottom. I think it's bottom right-hand side of the screen. You can just send that to people. If you think that it's going to be helpful, then, you know, do subscribe to my YouTube. It's all free. You do not be subscribing to my TikTok because that costs you money. I don't want you paying any money for anything that I do. Obviously, the therapy that I do, I see people online from all over the world, and that's the way I make my living. So obviously I charge for that, but everything else is completely free. So Estelle says, how long should I tap for every day? About 20 minutes. So it just depends on you. Sometimes you might have 20 minutes and that would be great. Sometimes you might only have 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Anything is... Wow, what's the word what do I say? Anything is more than, something is better than nothing, or something like that. I can't remember what I say. It's a really nice phrase that sums it up, you know, but the fact that you're doing anything, 1 minute is better than no minutes, you know, whatever helps you. And the more you do it, then what you're doing is you're lowering those stress hormones in your body to help yourself. So hopefully that helps. Oh, thank you, Clicky Knees. You're very kind. Julesy says that she's gone from a 5 to a 0 from the first tapping. Amazing. That's so good. I'm really, really happy to hear that. Thank you, Simon. I'm glad that you found that relaxing. Yeah, Elizabeth, do a little bit every day, because, you know, we have to take action to help ourselves, don't we, sometimes? And if we can, then that's really great. So Angel Kate says, I'm about the same, but I'm relaxed and ready to sleep. So cool. That's okay. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. The more your nervous system begins to realize, okay, maybe I am a bit safer than I thought. Georgie's going to make sourdough bread. Oh, how lovely. Very nice. Yeah, and Truth Warrior, you're right. The world has gone a little bit crazy. Too many people are isolated in their anxiety and PTSD. So Estelle, my name, if you have a look here, you can see it's Sarah Aries Therapy on YouTube. So that's what you'd be looking for. There's also a link on my bio here. So if you look at my TikTok bio, there's a link tree, and there's loads and loads of resources through there, including a link to my YouTube. So hopefully that's helpful. Thank you, Elizabeth. You're very kind. Hello, Ellen. Very nice to see you. Let's do a little bit of breathing just to finish off. And hopefully that will be helpful, because I've got various bits of breathing techniques. Oh gosh, agoraphobia. Jax, I'm sorry that you've been housebound. That is really, really tough. I hope that you're getting some help with that. Let me do a breath technique for you. I'm going to do my favourite one, because I really like this one, and I think it's really soothing. It combines a bit of my technique that I use, which is this one. So what we do is we just imagine that there's a line across the top of the palm of our hand, okay? And we're going to draw a triangle. So we go across here down to a point on the bottom of our hand. So we're just drawing a triangle. And what we're going to do is we're going to sync our breathing with this triangle. And we're going to be interested in the pauses between breaths. Guarid says, I wish you were being coronated instead of Charles. That's really funny. Can you imagine? Queen Sarah. We are all created equal. So, yeah. I think we should all just have our own little crowns, don't you? So what we're going to do, back to the breathing, what we're going to do is be curious about the pauses, because if we're just breathing, like breathing, we don't need to be doing that. We can have a pause between the in-breath and the out-breath. We can have a pause between the out-breath and the in-breath. So we're just going to breathe in across the top, pause, out, out, pause, breathing in, out, out, breathing in, out, out. So that our in-breath and our out-breath are different lengths. And this is what we want. We want our out-breath to be twice as long as our in-breath. And what we want to be doing is emptying our lungs with our out-breath. So that as we breathe out, out, we're pushing out with our tummy muscles, with our diaphragm, so that when we breathe in, we can breathe in. And we're breathing slowly and surely, sending the message to our nervous system that all is well. We are safe. And again, if you use a slightly unfocused gaze, that sends the message through our optic nerve that we're safe. Estelle, if it's difficult for you, the breathing, then just do your best. That's okay. It's okay. Maggie says, I've got really cold doing this. Is that just me? I don't know. It might just be you. I'm not too sure. I don't think there should be any reason for you to be cold. If you're cold, then I've got a blanket on. Maybe you can get a grab blanket. Anyway, that hopefully is a nice calming breath for you. It's one of my favourite ones because it just slows everything down. And it works on lots of different levels. So if your gaze is soft, you're working through your optic nerve. You've got the nerve endings on your hand, which is very soothing. It's self-soothing. You've got the breathing changing, which again is sending the message to your nervous system that you're safe. So I hope that has been a helpful live for you. It is so lovely to see you all here. Thank you so much for liking this live, for sharing this live. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for following me. I so appreciate it. It's just lovely. And thank you, of course, to my lovely, lovely moderators, to Lynn250, to Vicky Hodson. Jasmine's not been here today, but Jasmine, if you're watching on the YouTube, then I hope that you're all right. And I really appreciate Vicky and Lynn keeping this a nice, safe place, because sometimes people come on and they are a bit silly, and you know, I'm really lucky, to be honest with you. I don't really get very many trolls at all. I think the vast majority of people that come on here are just really lovely people. So thank you all for being here. Oh, look at this. Kelly Little, just about to do a presentation for my district nursing course. I was feeling so anxious. So thank you. Well, good luck with your presentation. Hope it goes really well. That's great. Excellent. Excellent. Maybe you can use this with some of your patients. All these things can be helpful. Yeah, so I was going to say that the next live that I'm going to do is going to be next Friday, and I'm going to be doing it in the morning. So I'm going to be doing it at 10 a.m. That's UK time, on Friday the 12th. So I'll do a little video to that effect in a minute so that you can set a reminder. The pink box is the reminder thing, so it reminds you that the live is going to be happening. And on my profile, once I set up the event, there comes a little event thing so you can register for it. It's all free, obviously. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing that. My apologies, Julie Reese-Stever in California, because I know that makes it an early one for you. That makes it like, oh my goodness, like 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning for you. So I'm sorry about that. But I hope that you can still make it. If you can't make it, or if you're just coming in on the end of this and you're thinking, oh no, then remember, it's on my YouTube. You can find my YouTube at Sarah Ayres Therapy. It's spelt like this. You can see on this little bit here. You can also find it through my bio on TikTok. So, righty ho. Oh, Julie's going to be there. Ellen, oh, you're in Florida, Ellen. So, oh, well, in that case, hopefully that's all right for you. Oh, you get lonely in the middle of the night. Well, you're always welcome here, Ellen. Okay, everyone. Well, I'm going to say goodbye now. Thank you for being here. And I'm just going to hang around just for a little bit. Sorry, I flew off last week, so I'm definitely staying to say goodbye to people. But thank you, and I'll see you next week. All right, you take care of yourselves. And yeah, be kind to yourself. Have a lovely weekend. Oh no, Maddie. Oh, what? Oh, thank you, Maddie, for the rose. That's lovely. Thank you, my lovely. You're very kind. Oh, have a nice weekend, Truth Warrior. You take care. Lovely. Right. Oh, good, Rachel. My pleasure. Maddie, don't worry. If you've missed this one, then it'll be on my YouTube. Hopefully I can put it up later today so you'll be able to see it. Hopefully we've just been doing tapping for the last hour, so hopefully it's that you'll enjoy that. But nice to see you, Maddie. I hope that you're all right. Have a lovely weekend. Julesy, good luck with your sourdough. Right, I'm gonna head off. Take care, and I'll see you all next week. And obviously on my TikTok page. Take care. Oh, don't know what I'm doing here.